First question. Xander Case Limited began construction of a new building on January 1, 2016. It obtained 1 lakh special loan to finance the construction of the building on January 1, 2016 at an interest rate of 10%. There are other non-specific loans, 5 lakhs, 11% interest, 9 lakhs, 13% interest. The expenditure that were incurred on the building were 2 lakhs, 2 lakh 50, 4 lakh 50 and 1 lakh 20. Now they've given you the months in which they've incurred the expenditure. Building was completed by December 31, 2016. Following the principles prescribed in AS 16 borrowing cost, calculate the amount of interest to be capitalized and pass one journal entry for capitalizing the cost and the borrowing cost in respect of the building. Now, in this case, okay, we began construction on January 1, 2016. Okay, now this 1 lakh, is called specific borrowing. Okay, basically you are this borrowing is specific for the construction, and the non-specific borrowing which we have, this is general borrowing. Okay, now so I will explain the answer in a very different way and show you the presentation also. Okay, you're not supposed to present it the way I'll tell you now. I'll also show you the presentation in which you have to do it. Okay, but just for the purpose of understanding. Okay, now if you see the expenditures here, they said in January, okay, 2 lakh was expended. In April, 2 lakh 50 was expended. In July, 4 lakh 50 was expended, and December 1 lakh 20 was expended, which means if you go back and read what is eligible borrowing cost, it says directly attributable for acquiring construction on qualifying asset. Now how much loan do I have? This is the non-specific loan I have, okay, which is total of rupees 14 lakhs. Okay, now out of 14 lakhs, now when do I have this 14 lakhs? I have this 14 lakhs in January 1, 2016. Now out of the 14 lakhs borrowing I have, okay, I am paying interest on the whole 14 lakhs. Yes, but I am utilizing part of this 14 lakhs in those months, correct? But then I have to pay the interest for the remaining amount which is not used. For example, in January 2 lakh was utilized for constructing the building. Okay, that is the expenditure incurred. But then the remaining, which is say 12 lakhs, it is not utilized. Yes or no? So with the same concept, I have just given you a brief understanding here. Now, what does this mean? Now, here every month, now from Jan to December, they said the construction began in Jan and it is ending on 31st December, which means from Jan to December I have to pay interest. Yes, so now if you look at the question, it says in the month of January 2 lakh was expended. Now this 2 lakhs, okay, now how have I utilized this 2 lakhs? Out of this, 1 lakh is nothing but from the special loan taken, which is here, special loan taken, and the remaining 1 lakh, okay, is from the general borrowings. Okay, now I am considering this 1 lakh here. Now this 1 lakh is nothing but the general borrowing which is utilized. Okay, so now if out of the 14 lakhs I'm utilizing 1 lakh, which means 13 lakhs is remaining. So from Jan to April, okay, now Jan, Feb and March, okay, 1 lakh is already expended. Okay, 1 lakh is already expended, and the borrowing cost with respect to that is 1023.75. How did I get this? Now fine, to understand that, let's come here. Now if you see what is the interest amount here, the interest amount here is 55,000. 5 lakhs into 11% is 55,000, and 9 lakhs into 13% is 1 lakh 17,000, which means the total interest for the year is 1 lakh 72,000. Okay, that is the total interest for the year, 1 lakh 72,000. Now this 1 lakh 72,000 is for how much loan? It is for 14 lakhs, which means if I find the ratio, what ratio? 1 lakh 72,000 divided by 14 lakhs, okay, into 100. If I find the interest rate, I get 12.285%. This is approx. Okay, this is the approx percentage. Now, what do I call this rate? I call this rate as capitalization rate. This is the capitalization rate. It is the rate at which, okay, borrowing cost is capitalized, okay, to the cost of the qualifying asset. Now, if I calculate, now please remove your calculators. Now, just do 1 lakh into 12.285%. Now, you will get 12,285. Okay. Now, this 12,285 is the interest amount for the whole year. Okay, is the interest amount for the whole year. But what am I trying to do here? I am doing monthly computations. If I'm doing monthly computations, 12,285, which is for the whole year, divided by 12, you get 1,235.75. That is how I've arrived at this amount. Okay, so out of the 1 lakh, out of the total 14 lakhs of non-specific or general borrowings, I have utilized only 1 lakh. Now 1 lakh is incurred. To that extent, what is the borrowing cost for that 1 lakh? 1,230, 1,023.7. Okay, that is the borrowing cost for that 1 lakh. But I am still paying for the month of January interest for the remaining 13 lakhs. Yes, interest is being paid on the remaining 13 lakhs. I'm just not paying interest on that 1 lakhs. So if you compute the interest on 13 lakhs into 12.285%, now you'll get 1 lakh 59,709. Yes, we need what is for 1 month. If you do that, okay, you get 13,000, okay, 308.75. How did I get this? This is 13 lakhs into 12.285% divided by 12. That is how I got. Okay, so for the month of January, I am paying the interest on the whole 14 lakhs. Okay, but to the extent 1023.75, I am treating it as borrowing cost. Remaining is there. Okay, now I am not doing what is the treatment of the remaining. We will look at that a little later. Okay, on the same basis, we go and find out for every month. See, for the month of February also, the amount expended on building is same, which is 1 lakh. For the month of March also is 1 lakh. So the computation for these 3 months is the same. Okay, so you are capitalizing 1023.75 for February also, for March also. Okay, come April, if you read the question, in April 2,50,000 is expended. So 1 lakh which was expended here in the previous months, okay, and 2.5 lakh which was expended in April, total expenditure which you've incurred on the building is 3.5 lakhs. Now on the same basis, okay, now if you do 3 point, now you have to find this amount. So 3 lakh 50,000 into 12.285 percentage divided by 12. Okay, if you do that, you find the month for April. So 3,50,000 into 12.285% divided by 12, you get 3,583.125. But here I've just rounded out to 0.13. Okay, so basis that again, I am computing for each and every month. Now, how much have I utilized the funds? I'm utilized 3,50,000, okay, in the month of April, which means out of the total 14 lakhs, if 3.5 lakhs is utilized for the purpose of construction, 10 lakh, 10.5 lakhs is not utilized, but I'm still paying interest on that. Yes. So what is the rate at which I am paying interest? Again, it is 12.285. Yes. Find out for 1 month. You will get 10,000. 749.38. Okay, so every month, okay, just do this monthly computation. For the month of May is going to be the same, for month of June is going to be same. Why? The next expenditure is done in July. 4,50,000 is done in July. So 3,50,000, which I already expended in the past, plus 4,50,000 new expenditure. The total expenditure on the building is 8 lakhs. So do the same computation. 8 lakhs into 12.285% divided by 12, you will get 8,190. Okay, and the remaining amount, yes, out of the 14 lakhs, okay, you've utilized 8 lakhs, which means how much is remaining? 6 lakhs is remaining. So on the 6 lakhs, what is the interest? 6,142.5. So again, when is the next expenditure? Next expenditure is December, which means the same computation. You will keep adding 8,190 for month of August, September, October, November, because the expenditure is same. Yes. So to that extent of how much ever is expensed off, you're going to capitalize the borrowing cost. Yes, in the month of December, you again expended 1.2 lakhs, making it 9.2 lakhs in total. So therefore, again, you find out what is for 1 month. You get 9,418.5. Okay. Now, if you add up the whole thing, now this is what borrowing cost. Okay. This is to be capitalized. Yes. This is to be capitalized, which means if you just add up all the borrowing cost for the month, okay, you get 64,189.184. Okay, has the total borrowing cost, okay, to be capitalized, and the remaining is how much? 1,78,000.89. This will be some, there will be a rounding of errors. Okay, why? Because we've just taken two decimal places somewhere, we've taken one decimal somewhere. Okay, so if you just take the exact amount, this is going to match. Now to what is it going to match? Now here, if I just total up these two amounts, 64,189.14 plus 1,07,800.89, I get a total of 1,71,996.63. Now this is equal to the total amount expended. Now why is the small difference? That small difference is because of rounding off. Okay, if you just use exact numbers, it will match. Which means what have I done? Out of the total 1,72,000 of interest on general borrowing which I have incurred, I have bifurcated that. 64,189.14 should be capitalized as borrowing cost, and there is a remaining. Now, question is what happens to the remaining? Now, this remaining, okay, this remaining will be expensed in the P&L. Okay, this 64,189 is capitalized to the qualifying asset. Okay, so that is how the total interest for the year 1,72,000 is bifurcated. Now if you see, okay, now if I just zoom out a little bit, okay, 1 lakh which I started off in January, that 1 lakh is incurred throughout the whole 12 months. Yes, similarly for April, when I incurred 2,50,000, that is included throughout for the remaining 9 months which is there. So 1 lakh plus 2,50,000, that is how it became 3,50,000. Yes. So 2,50,000 is included throughout the whole 9 months. Similarly, in July, 4,50,000 which we expended is included for the whole 6 months. Similarly, last, which is December, 1,20,000, you've computed the interest for 1 month. Why? Because to that 1 month only you can capitalize the borrowing cost. Okay, that is how you get this. But this is not the way. This is just to explain you the concept. Okay, but this is not the way you have to show it in your paper. Your answer should be shown like this. Okay, you have to find what is your average cumulative expense. What are you doing in the first step? You are actually finding what is your average computed expenditure for the building. Now 2 lakh, which is the first expenditure which you've done in January, you've utilized, it has to be capitalized for the whole 12 months, because you've included for 12 months. It is, you utilized it for 12 months. Outstanding, how much is incurred in the uh, building, that is 12 months. Next, coming to April, where you have expended 2 lakh, 50. It is for 9 months. Yes, same thing you've done here. In the month of April, from April onwards, okay, from April onwards, 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50, you are including in the amount expenditure. So how many months is that? That is for 9 months. Yes, that is why you will compute 2 lakh 50 for 9 months. Then 4 lakh 50, which you have expended in July, again you will compute only for 6 months. You're just finding out what is the average accumulated expenditure. Okay, similarly, the last December, okay, you utilized 1 lakh 20 only for 1 month. Therefore, your average accumulated expenditure is going to be 6 lakhs 22,500. That is going to be your average accumulated expenditure. Now, here when you come, we've done this. Okay, we found what is your capitalization rate. Or capitalization rate is 12.285%. Yes. Now, when you go and find out, next what you have to find is basically what is the interest, okay, on this accumulated average. Now, if you read the first line of the question, it says it has obtained 1 lakh loan, which means the average expenditure is how much? 6 lakhs 22,500, out of which 1 lakh is special. Yes, and that special loan has a different interest rate, which is 10%. Therefore, the interest for that special loan is 10,000. Okay. Now, expenditure. Now, as I said here, when we in the question, okay, this 2 lakhs, there's two components. One is special loan, the other is general loan. Now, when we did a computation, okay, when we did a computation here, we did the computation basis using 1 lakh, okay, basis using 1 lakh. But when we did a computation here, okay, when we did a computation here, we used 2 lakhs. Okay, why didn't we use 1 lakh? Ideally, if I have to go with the same concept, I should have ideally used 1 lakh. I shouldn't have used 2 lakhs. But why have we considered 2 lakhs here? Okay, the why have we considered 2 lakhs here is because now the loan taken is on 1st January. Okay, both, even if you find the average expense for that special loan, you're going to do 1 lakh into 12 months by 12 months. Yes, general borrowing also you're doing 1 lakh into 12 by 12 months. Yes, so that is why this 2 lakhs basically has two things. One is 1 lakh which is for specific borrowing, and 1 lakh which is for general borrowing. Okay, so even though both are outstanding for 12 months, that is why we've included both. Okay, so which means in this 6 lakhs 22,500, okay, we have included what? The specific borrowing. That is why if you go down here, okay, you are doing 1 lakh into 10%. Then what are you doing here? You're trying to do 6 lakhs 22,500 minus the 1 lakh of special loan. Okay, that is how you will get this 52 5 lakh 22,500. Okay, so on that 5 lakh 22,500, you are finding out what is their average. As I said, that 12.285% is your capitalization rate. Yes, you're going to use that capitalization rate and multiply into the amount which you have actually used for the purpose of the qualifying asset, which is 5 lakh 22,500, which we found is the average accumulated expense. So you're finding out what is the interest on that amount. Your interest on that amount which you found is 64,189. Now this is what will match. Now this is going to match with our computations here. 64,189. Yes, making sense? So that is going to match here. Therefore, what is the total interest for me for the year? It is going to be 74,189. So this is my total borrowing cost. This is my total borrowing cost. So when I compute the total expenditures, okay, for my cost of building, so what is going to be? Any which ways, these expenditures are also costs: 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs, 4 lakhs, and 1.2. Therefore, the total 10 lakh 20 is going to be capitalized to the cost of the building. Why? Because it is directly incurred, yes, to bring the asset to its present location and condition for it to be used as intended by the management. Yes, as per AS 10, this all this cost has to be included. Why? Because these are directly attributable. Yes. Then coming to, now this is as per AS 10. Okay, when we come to AS 16, we are going to capitalize the total interest which we found, which is here. This is the total amount which we are going to capitalize, which is 74,189. Therefore, your total cost of building is going to be 10,94,189. So they've also asked you to pass a journal entry. So building account debit to bank 10,94,189.